Hey everyone. Okay, listen. So I haven't been keeping up with I haven't been consistent at all with the videos simply because I do not, for anything in me, like the way this looks. And this is on my laptop. It's brand new. It's the Spectre from HP. I'm kind of not liking it too much. Not having good experiences. Anyway, and then my phone, it seems to be a little full. I work a lot from my phone and I don't too much do videos, which I'm trying to do a little bit more. Anyway, so this is just an update for I've been working out. I have been consistent with that. I tried to work out on I think my husband's home. Anyway, so I'm trying to work out. I'm not trying. I am. I'm working out Monday through Friday. Now, yeah, what's today? Saturday. Now, yesterday, Saturday, I even went working out last Saturday, but I didn't go yesterday. Um, had so much running around. It's so much going on, and then I have a workout partner, and she brings her children, and we have so much fun. I'm excited because for one, because I'm not the type of person. I don't go by how much I weigh. I don't care. I'm sorry. First of all, my mind is everywhere because I'm excited. So, and I'm trying to stick with one topic at a time. If you know me personally, you know that's hard for me to do. Uh, but I am super excited to tell y'all. I'm seeing results. My body feels it. For example, on Friday, we were at the gym and it's the other, and the girl I work out with, she has, well, the ladies, we're not girls, whatever. But the lady I work out with, she has an 18-year-old, and then she has her two younger children who came too. And then of course my daughter, she'll be 12 next month. So my daughter was doing her own thing. Me, the 18-year-old, and the lady I work out with, we were doing our own thing. Um anyway, I decided to go ahead and just work out, more with the 18-year-old. And while the her mother, she had to rest a little bit because we were doing a lot. On Friday, we really pushed ourselves. I'm trying to think, was it even Friday? No, it wasn't. It was Thursday. It was Thursday. We didn't work out at all on Friday. Because actually we had like a lot of errands or whatever to do on Friday and Saturday. Today is Sunday. Yeah. So we didn't even work out on Friday. We worked out on Thursday. This was the last day we worked out. Then we got to go back on Monday. So anyway, and keep that in mind. This was Thursday. So we pushed ourselves on Thursday. We did a really good job on that. Um, and cause see, her the girl, the lady I'm not gonna say any names. The lady uh that I my workout partner. Her and I were talking and this and other, and I was like, oh, there's a scale. I was like, I'm just curious of how much I weigh, because I know the last time I went to the doctor, I know how much I weigh. And so, she started telling me, her concerns about her daughter, this and other. And I was like, I looked and I was like, okay, yeah, I can understand that. And so, that's when, we end up going to the at our gym. We have like the lady side, and then there's a co-ed. So we normally stick with the lady side, and so or the women's side. And so we went, off the treadmill and everything, and then her daughter had called me over, and she was like, "Come work out with me." I was like, "All right, no worries." So I went over there really just to focus on working out with her. So we did some squats and everything, all three of us. And then we did a few other things, and then we just took turns being the coach. And so that's when the my workout partner, she sat down, she rested because we did a lot. And then, but that's when I focused more on the 18-year-old. I was like, all right, I was like, you and me, let's do this. And so I was like, let's get some weights. I was like, we got to come up with something. So we came up with different things. And we pushed ourselves. I was like, I didn't even think I was gonna be able to do it because I was like, my arm's gonna fall off, my legs are gonna give out. I was so nervous, and I was like, okay, I was like, we got to do it. I say we're doing 10, we're doing 10, and so we're like, So anyway, we have the weights, and we're really working out. Um, my body's still feeling it. This is Thursday. I My body is aching. I'm in so much. My arms hurt. My legs hurt. As a matter of fact, I went to their house yesterday because I do her hair. Um, and by the way she was getting up, I was like, your legs, huh? She was like, my whole body, and I was like, me too. That's the type of workout I love because I feel it. I feel it for days, and it's a reminder how important it is to work out. You know what I'm saying? And so, but something she said, I actually thought about it this morning, which really led me or pushed me to do this video. I was already going to do this video, but it kind of pushed me to do this video. I'm gonna try not to cry about it because when I think about it, I get a little emotional. Okay, she now this is the 18-year-old. You know, yeah, she's overweight, but we're working on that. We're gonna get her. We're all gonna get in shape. But um, my thing is, before we, like I said, when it was just me and her, on to focus on me and her. At first, I told her, I was like, okay, let's go ahead. I said, let's stand, face to face. And so she was standing the way the gym is set up. There's it's a mirror window. I mean, it's a mirror on both sides of the wall. We were standing on one far end, and then there's one on the other end. And then it's like a can't think, a pillar or whatever. Without the mirror part there. So she said, okay, I'm gonna scoot over right here because I don't like to see myself in the mirror. I was like, what? I was like, sweetheart. I was like, you are beautiful, regardless of your size, regardless of what you look like. I don't care if you have an eyeball here and a nose, or a nose here and your ear here. It doesn't matter. Regardless, you're still beautiful. And and she's very beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand that she's letting her size think that, allowing for her to think that she's not. My dogs are fighting. I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard that. They fight, but they can't stand to be away from each other. But anyway, so she that moved me because and she was serious about it. She literally did not want to see herself. I don't want to cry. She did not want to see herself, and the reason why I get emotional about that because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And I know how important it is to look at yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in the face, in the eyes, and say, "I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am everything that these people are saying that I'm not. I am." You know what I'm saying? Um, and the reason why I say that is because this may be a long video. If it is, I'm sorry. Y'all know I don't like doing long videos, but this, I feel it's important. And so, because I'm already over, I'm going on 9 minutes. So, I apologize. So, anyway, the reason why I feel like it's important because I've been there. I've been there as far as feeling, I had no self-esteem. People have low self-esteem, people have high self-esteem, people have whatever. I've been there to where I had none. And the reason why I, was there at that point was because, let me give you a little background about me. So in my family, there's 10 kids and both my parents in a home. Um, Outside looking in, it was a really good lifestyle. We were blessed. We were very blessed. Um, there was really nothing, we never went without. We were blessed. Um, Now, before it got to all 10 of us being there in a home, it was just, my parents, because my father has kids, my mother, she just has, my two older brothers from her previous marriage, and then my father has his kids from a previous marriage. Now, when I was 5 years old, that was when my younger sister was born. She's the second to the baby. Um, And I remember, when I took on that responsibility, my mother had put on me. I'm not going to go into much details about that. I remember praying for an older sister. You know, um, I never forget that. I remember I wanted an older sister so bad. And I was like, I never forget this prayer. I said, Lord, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I was told you can give me whatever I want, and I want an older sister. And I knew nothing about my father's kids. I knew nothing about that. I just knew what was in our home. I knew that I had two older brothers, then it was me, and then I have another younger sister, and then there was a new baby coming in. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had to help take care of the baby. That is all I knew. So, I was like, I was told I can get whatever I want if I ask. You know what I'm saying? So, and being 5 years old, you know, I wanted an older sister. So, no, it wasn't too much longer after I prayed that prayer. My mother came to me saying that, you have an older sister. And I was like, what? You know, I was thrilled, and she was like, yeah, she's going to go ahead and stay with us because her mother can't take care of her right now. Ooh. She was like, I know you're so used to being the oldest girl, but you need to, be nice to her. And I'm like, why? She said, I'm never mean to anyone. I was confused of why she's been saying this. And then why would I sit here? And she didn't know about my prayer, but still, I was like, I was thrilled. There's no reason why I'm going to sit here and be jealous or be upset over something I prayed about. Anyway, I remember the day my sister came. She, I remember being nervous because I didn't know how she was. I didn't know if she was gonna like me. I was 5 years old. I didn't. She's older than me. I didn't know if she would even want to be around me. So, me being five and having all these feelings and everything, I was a little nervous. But I remember the first day she claimed she wanted to play with me. She uh this was when, my parents were out at work or whatever, and my brothers were down the street at our friends at their, at our friend's house. My sister was out in the back climbing a tree, with a tree in the backyard. Um, and then of course the baby was a baby. So they left me and my other sister in the house. So she called me in the room to go ahead and play. So when she put like bright red press on nails on me with the glue, everything, Again, I'm 5 years old, but I was thrilled because my older sister, someone I prayed about, is showing interest in me. So when she did this, I remember she told me to set my hands down and don't move. Now, for whatever odd reason, maybe I know I'm not the only one. It's a mind thing, I guess. As soon as she said that, my head started to itch. I was like, oh my goodness, my head itches. So I went like this to go ahead and like rub it. She yanked my hand, started yelling, and slapped me, saying, I told you not to move. She rips off each nail, she rips them off. And then from there, she started beating me. It wasn't the fact that she was beating me, it was what she was saying. Because I crawled up in a ball and allowed her to beat me. Um, it was a lot that she was saying that stuck with me for years. Now, the physical abuse, that faded. You know what I'm saying? That faded. But it was the verbal and mental and emotional abuse is what stayed. Um, I remember, and that lasted from the age of 5 to 10. The day after my 10th birthday, the baby was born. And so when she was born, I remember coming home from school, and my mother wasn't there and my daddy wasn't there. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get a beating. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first thing that came to my mind. I knew if my parents weren't there, I was gonna get a beating, you know? And so, and I was like, I was expecting for my mama to be home, but then next thing you know, she was on the phone with my daddy, not with my daddy, but my daddy was with her, and my daddy were on the phone talking to us. The kids were passing around the phone, because my sister was born. She was at the hospital, and I remember coming out the bathroom. After she had got the phone, I went to the bathroom, and I remember coming out the bathroom, and my sister was waiting for me on the outside the door, and I was 10 years old at this time, and so she was like, she called me every name under the sun. And because mind you, this is not her mother, this is my mother, but that's our father. We share. And so she called me every name under the sun. I'm not going to repeat because, for one, I don't use profanity. For two, I don't even think it's appropriate because kids might be watching, even though they might speak a lot more vulgar than I do. But I refuse. So anyway, she she called me like every name under the sun, saying that it was my fault and this, that, other, and all this. And she grabbed my head. As a matter of fact, I still have a scar. You probably can't see it because the resolution is just retarded. But I have a scar on my head, on my eyebrow, to where she grabbed my head and she hit it so hard on the edge of the countertop, and I blacked out. I remember when I woke up, I felt like I needed to tell my parents because this is just getting too extreme. You know, sorry, I'm a little. Anyway, so this, it was just getting a little too extreme. And then on top of that, years of this, she, like I said, it wasn't the physical abuse that, because mentally I was able to black it out. When she was, beating me, I would black out, and but I could still hear everything she's saying. But I guess I just grew numb to the physical pain. But everything she was telling me, she would say that I'm ugly. She would say that no one wanted me. She would say that everyone's better off if I'm dead. She'll tell me to go find a way to kill myself. She'll tell me, and this is starting from the age of 5. She's telling me these things. She'll tell me that I'm stupid. Tell me that no one would ever believe me if I tried to go tell. She'll tell me I'm stupid. I'm dumb. She'll tell me all these things. All these things. No one would ever want me. She'll tell me everything under the sun, that no one will ever love me, that I just need to go run off and kill myself, all this stuff. She'll tell me things, and it wouldn't just be on one occasion. This is every time she beat me. Every time she beat me, she would do this. And she would beat me at least 4 to 5 times a week. Every time she had a chance, because see, my brothers will be, like I said, my brothers will be out, at the friend's house. We all shared, like, our friends, they had a pretty large family like we did. Not as large, but they had a large family like we did. So we all had friends at this household. So they would be down the street at the friend's house or playing basketball, but we weren't allowed to go. The girls weren't allowed to go unless, our parents were there. One of our parents were there to make sure we made it there. Our brothers were older. They are older. And again, keep in mind, my younger sister, she was always in the back, either playing with the dogs or playing and climbing a tree or doing something. And then I was just always the black sheep of the family. So I would always be the loner, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how she caught me, you know what I'm saying, by myself, because my parents would be at work or, and so or even sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because she would close the bedroom door and do what she had to do. I remember one day she tied a sheet around my throat on one end, and then because we had bunk beds, and then on the far end she tied it on the other end. Told me to go run and jump off the bed to go save her because we're gonna play a game. These games. So anyway, that's a different story. Well, it's the same story, but I'm not going to too much elaborate on everything, because it went on. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, it wasn't just the physical abuse; it was the mental, you know. And I remember going to my parents. This is now I'm back to my 10th day of my 10th birthday. You know what I'm saying? So when I woke up off the floor or whatever, and I realized what has happened, and I blacked out by her hitting my head. I um I made it a point to go ahead and really go ahead and tell my parents this time. even though she said no one was going to believe me and all this other stuff. So I was like, well, I figured there had to be a little hope. Someone has to believe me, you know? So I went to my father first, hoping he would believe me. But wasn't sure because I'm like, that's his kid, and that was his kid first. Again, I'm 10 years old. I'm like, she was here before I was. So he's probably gonna believe her. And I was like, but he's been around me the longest, so hopefully he'll believe me. So I went to my daddy, and I remember my daddy, he didn't believe me. And I was like, okay. So the next day, I don't remember if it was the same day or the next day, but it was very recently after I told him, I went and told my mother, thinking, I was like, I'm her daughter, I came from her, I'm her blood, she has to believe me, she has to believe me. I went to my mama, and she was like, get out of my face, you're lying, this not other. She was like, she already told me how you fell out the tree, because I had bruises all over my body. I had bruises from literally all my arms, my body, my legs, everywhere. I had bruises. It wasn't on my face. It wasn't anywhere. Like if I wore like a regular shirt, you couldn't see it. But all my bruises were hidden. And so my mama was like, she already told me how you fell out the tree and you won't stay out the tree and you're gonna keep falling out the tree. I've been climbing that tree for years. I was an expert. Oh, I can make it to the top and back down and not one time slip and fall. I knew where every branch was. So there was no way for me to fall out of that tree. You know what I'm saying? I've never fallen out that tree. Climbed it plenty of times, but never fell out. Um, and then she was like, yeah, and she told me how you don't want to play with her, and you're sitting there being mean and this and other. I'm like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, I can't believe she don't believe me. That's not even my character to be mean to somebody, you know? And so when my mother didn't believe me, it was one thing that my daddy didn't believe me. I kind of thought he wasn't, because it's like, that's his kid. You know what I'm saying? And that was his kid first in my head. So I was like, I wasn't too surprised that he didn't believe me. But when my own mother didn't believe me, that was a different story. And I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. So when that happened, I remember I really, I wish I had my bear to show you. I had a really big bear. And I remember I grabbed him. Um, his name is Bubble. I grabbed him, and I remember I went into the closet, and it was like a little big closet, and I shut the closet door, and I just cried my eyes out, because that to me, and as a 10-year old, when that happened, that only verified the fact that everything that she said about me was true. I was like, okay, well, she's right. They didn't believe me. So she's right. No one's going to believe me. She's right. I'm stupid. She's right. I'm dumb. She's right. I'm ugly. She's right. Um, Everyone's better off with me dead. She's right. All this stuff that she told me, I was like, she's been right the whole time. In my head, I'm thinking she's been right this whole entire time. So growing up, with that in the back of my mind, all this negative stuff, you know, uh, that she said about me, I refused to look in the mirror. Like, if it had nothing to do with my teeth, I wasn't looking in the mirror. And then when I looked in the mirror, it was only at my teeth, because I'll brush my teeth, make sure there's nothing in my teeth, and then I'm out the door. Other than that, I'll wash my face, wash this and other, but I would never look in the mirror. Why? Because I figured that I know I'm ugly. Why in the world would I go and look and just be like, okay, yeah, you're hideous? You know what I'm saying? That was in my mind. Now, this was all the way even throughout high school. In my early adult years, I would never look in the mirror. So, um, and that was painful. And I didn't like taking pictures. I didn't want to be like high school. This right here, mm-mm, nope, nope. And then if I did take pictures, I'll do something goofy, because I was like, okay, well, I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I would do something like crazy, just to distract the ugliness, I guess. I don't know. But, and it took a while. It took I had a best friend, And you know, I was dating his brother. But he and I were really close. He treated me like I was his sister. And if he's watching this, you know I'm talking about him. And I remember he would always tell me things like, he was like, you, because I would allow myself to be used. I would allow myself to um, be vulnerable, I guess. I would allow myself, because of there was no self esteem there at all. And I remember he would keep telling me, he was like, you don't realize how much you're worth. He's like, you don't realize you're beautiful. You're just walking around like you just don't care, you know. And it's not like it's not like I was just walking around with like halfway undressed. That no, I because I've been a tomboy and I'll be dressed slouchy all the time, and I just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't, you know, or whatever. I just wouldn't care, you know, because I figured no one's looking at me anyway. Why would anyone care? You know, and I thought I was really ugly, you know. And but he would always tell me, he was like, but he would tell me not in a sense to try to get with me, but to allow to make myself aware, you know. Um, he would tell me things like, "You haven't looked in the mirror ever." I was like, "Why would I?" He was like, "Because you're beautiful." He was like, "You need to look in the mirror and tell yourself that." You know what I'm saying? And he would tell me things, and he would just, you know, like when I would date a guy, his bar would be set up here for me. And me, I'm like, well, if he's interested in me, I'm not gonna knock it. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's not doing anything crazy, I'm good. You know. But he's like, sweetie, no, you need to set the bar higher. And I'm like, you know, so and I would try. I'll try and I'll try and I'll try. And then it got to the point to where he would be like, no, put it across me and then I'll let you know if it's okay. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I'm trying to make this story under 30 minutes. It is coming close to that time. So anyway, the reason why I got a little emotional because I've been there before. Like I said, I've been there before. I've been at that point to where I hated mirrors. And when I heard her tell me that, when she said that to me, I was like, well, this is insane. You cannot live like that. I've been like that before. So I was like doing my best to motivate her. So I'm gonna say all this to say, if you are like her now, or if you're like who I was, to where um, you know, a mirror seems to be your enemy, um, don't let it. Look in the mirror. Look at your face. Look in your eyes. Look at everything about you, and everything that you don't like about yourself. Look at it and say it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know I probably mentioned this before, you know what I'm saying, about me losing weight. I'm doing it only for health reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been skinny before. I have, and I hated it every second of it. Yeah, this is no offense to anyone, but you know, and again, that was back when I had like no self esteem. You know, now I'm not saying my self esteem is through the roof. No, I believe my self esteem is at a healthy level. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm beautiful. I'm intelligent, but at the same time, I have room to learn. You know, I have room for growth, and I believe that with everybody. So if you're there to where you need, um, you know, don't be the type of person who needs to hear it from anybody. Hear it from yourself. Tell yourself that first. You know what I'm saying? Look at yourself in the mirror every single day. I tell my daughter this every single day. You need to look in the mirror. I said, because if one day you don't hear from me, at least you heard it from yourself. And you don't need to hear it from nobody else. Know that you are gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you have room to grow. This video is getting close to 30 minutes long. I love y'all. Y'all are beautiful and intelligent and everything under the sun that God has made you to be. So, um, I love y'all. I guess I have to update y'all another time. Anyway, quick update. Yeah, I'm losing weight, I'm loving the shape, and my body is sore. All right, give me another 30 minutes. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.